Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me today and welcome to In the Beyond. Today I'm doing another timeless pick a card reading and I'm going to be channeling a message that was meant to find you today. So what do you guys need to know right now? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1, we have Comfrey with this bloodstone crystal. Pile number 2, we have Slippery Elm and this blue calcite. For pile number 3, we have Valerian as well as this Howlite stone. So take all the time you need to see which stone and which card is really calling to you guys. That is going to be the message that is meant to find you. So pause the video if you need to take more time to meditate and to listen to your intuition further. And then I'll see you guys at your timestamp below. So let's get into this reading, let's get into these cards, and let's go in the beyond. Hey pile 1, if you guys were drawn to the bloodstone crystal as well as the Comfrey card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message was meant to find you today. So we have Comfrey with 10 of Fire, Cinnamon with 7 of Fire, and the 4 of Air with Lavender. Okay, wow. I'm getting 2 clear messages right away. There's a message here about inspiration and finding more about who you are and maybe giving you more inspiration for your path ahead. And there's also this message coming from 10 of Fire and 4 of Air that you might need to take a little bit of time out right now. Perhaps you've been doing too much and your creative energy has been really overworked and overburdened, and you might be feeling burnt out right now. And the message that is meant to find you is to kind of let you know that it's okay to take some time out for yourself to rest and replenish that creative energy. And perhaps during your resting phase, you might be re-inspired and your passions might reignite and you will be starting to feel alive and inspired and, you know, just like your curiosity and interests will be reignited. Okay, so I also pulled a few more oracle cards and tarot cards for you guys. From the Sacred Cycles oracle card, you got Waxing Crescent Moon. It's a beautiful energy. And you also got Conception. And I pulled a few more tarot cards. You guys got the Fool, Dream Space, and 2 of Swords. Okay, I love this. Okay, again, getting the same message that I think it's time for a little bit of a pause. Take a time out for yourself. Give yourself some relaxation and rest because I think it's time to reignite your curiosities and your passions. It's time for you guys to find that spark of like what lights you up again, because in the future I think you're going to be having ideas for new creative projects and new things, but just at this current moment you might be feeling like a little overworked and burnt out because you might have really been working hard and maybe overdoing it in your creative field or something like that. And then I do just want to speak about the energy that I'm picking up from the Cinnamon card. This card speaks about honoring our ancestors and honoring their traditions and honoring their practices and rituals, and maybe finding more information about who our ancestors are and like what the things that they that they did. What were the things that they enjoyed? What were the things that lit them up? I think there might be some inspiration for you guys there if you potentially were to look at your ancestors, or if you just felt like looking into spirituality a little bit deeper. What kinds of things light you up in that area? Again, I see something very sacred to you guys emerging and unfolding after this little period of rest and contemplation. I see something sacred in your heart emerging, whether that is a project or a new idea or a new way of being. There is this new energy here supporting you guys at this time. You are very tapped into your heart, and you're very tapped in to your intuition as well. I am getting a message about this tree behind the panda having to do with your lineage. There is this reflection and confirmation coming out again about your ancestors. There's some kind of information for you that your ancestors have, whether they want to speak to you about your creative talents as being ancestral, or if there's some kind of empowerment that will be unfolding when you look at your ancestral line. There is this energy here in the cards for you guys. So take that as it resonates. That might only be for some of you guys here, but that's definitely one energy emerging. Again, yeah, just the energy of like taking some time out for yourself to enjoy and replenish your energy reserves is definitely a message that was meant to come out today. Let's pull a few more oracle cards to get another message for you guys. Group 1. Group 1, supporting messages for Group 1. What message is meant to find Group 1 today? What do they need to know? I was just drawn to the bottom of the deck and we got the polar bear with solitude and the direction north. So, wow, so many messages. I feel like pulling that card too. So a few different things I want to say about this with the polar bear card and north. Again, I think the message that is meant to find you guys today is speaking about your need for a little bit of solitude, rest, relaxation, a bit of a hermit mode, because I think it's time for you guys to connect to your ancestors, who are represented by the direction of north in the 4 sacred directions. North is where the ancestors reside. And also, if you know a little bit about astrology and looking into your North Node has a lot to do with destiny and what you're meant to the energies that you're meant to step into in this lifetime as well. So I think this hermit mode is coming out and supporting you in finding your destiny, finding who you are, finding out more about your ancestors, taking the time out you need. Engage in this sacred solitude so you can come to more of insights and inspirations into who you are and where you're meant to go. Follow your North Star as well. So let's get into these other messages as well. We have lower world with past. And we have west with purge. Okay. Again, the energies of the ancestors are really coming out to support you guys right now through your journey and through your path. Like I said, this lower world is where it's like the underworld. It's like the deep earth energies, and it is also related to the ancestors as well and to the past, and maybe even acknowledging and looking more into your past lives. There would be insight for you guys there. And with the West card with Purge, I'm picking up an energy of you guys really getting some clear insights and visions into deep truths about yourself and who you are and who you're meant to become. So keep in mind this need for solitude to find those things and those insights as well. And I would just like to pull another oracle card for any last messages or last advice for group 1. What message is really meant to find group 1 today? What message needs to find group 1 today? Oh, I love this. We have butterfly with emerging. Take the leap of faith. We have wolf with heart medicine. Let go of that which does not serve your highest good. So yeah, with butterfly, I kind of see butterflies as representing the ancestral spirits. That's just one way butterflies communicate with me, is speaking about the ancestors. So again, the ancestors are coming out strongly. The ancestors want your attention. They want to work with you. They want you to go deeper. So maybe you are on a journey of ancestral reverence, or a journey of just finding your ancestors, like finding more out about your ancestors. Maybe you've been on ancestry.com, maybe you've been talking to family members, trying to find out, where do we come from? What kinds of things did our ancestors do? What kinds of foods did they eat? What kinds of jobs did they hold? What kinds of ways of life were they engaging in? Because I think there is this curiosity and this interest there, and there are these insights and things for you to discover about them and about yourself. So if you feel called, make a connection to your ancestors in some way, whatever way authentically resonates with you. And with the wolf spirit, I see this as you guys really leaving the past behind, stepping into new energies. Again, we have the wolf, and sometimes the wolf can be a lone wolf, and there is this message of taking some time out for sacred solitude, for divine inspiration to come into your life, for a deepening of your meditation practice, and a deepening so you can listen to your inner calling and really hear your intuition in your heart right now, and really hear those messages from your ancestors if you are open to that as well. So yeah, that is the message that I'm seeing for you guys. Definitely let me know if this resonated with you in the comments down below. I always love to read the comments. Please like and subscribe if this did resonate with you. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I really, really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey pal too, if you guys were drawn to the blue calcite as well as the slippery elm card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message was meant to find you today. So we have slippery elm, we also have motherwort, and we have borage. So what message is meant to find group 2? Okay, there's a very clear message coming through about a need to soothe emotional pain. There's a need to soothe your heart space at this time. We do have this calming blue calcite. There is this need to calm and soothe right now, especially the heart space, because I see there is something around friendships, past friendships, childhood, childlike energy. There is something around that energy that is causing you guys to maybe feel stressed, to maybe feel an emotional heartbreak. Maybe you're healing through past trauma from your own childhood, or maybe this energy has to do with your friendships or past friendships as well. So there could be some kind of a relationship with friends that is having a stressful conflict, or there could just be a need to soothe your own heart and your own emotions at this time. And I'm seeing this because slippery elm is a tree where the bark is very healing to inflammation. If you've ever had a slippery elm cough drop or lozenge, they're very soothing and healing. And also the motherwort plant is a very strong heart tonic, and it's very related to the heart and soothing the heart emotions and everything like that. So yeah, I also pulled a few more oracle cards as well. So for your guys' oracle card from the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck, you guys got the Wild One. And I also pulled a few tarot cards. And you guys got Page of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Ooh. Okay, so I'm hearing this message that it's time to reignite your fire as well. I think your emotional world and just like your stress level has been feeling like the 10 of Swords. I think you've been feeling maybe defeated, kind of under a lot of stress, under a lot of pressure. Like we were talking about, I think your emotional world has been feeling heavy. And I think it's time for you to step into this new energy with Page of Swords, where you are starting to allow calmness and serenity into your mental space and into your emotional space as well. And I think the message that's meant to find you today is all about taking an action like this Knight of Wands. Taking an action that lights you up and reignites your fire and your passion. Because with Wild One, we have this beautiful figure dancing in front of a fire deep in the woods. And this card is all about expressing yourself, expressing your individuality, expressing maybe the things that you've kept hidden from the world and from others. So really ask yourself, what are you ready to release so you can bring in your full expression and you can start to feel freedom? I think this group, you guys really need to feel that sense of freedom. Because like I said, I think there's been something in your past or your childhood or just a situation currently that's giving you this 10 of Swords feeling and this 5 of Earth feeling of just feeling stressed, feeling like there's a lot of conflict, and feeling like no matter what you do, life is giving you conflict, adversity. So the message meant to find you today is definitely to step into this fiery Knight of Wands energy and this fiery Wild One energy where you find your freedom, you set yourself free, and you express all of the beautiful parts of yourself that want to be expressed, and you start to unlock deeper parts of yourself that maybe you haven't been in touch with for a little while. But yeah, let's pull a few more oracle cards to get more messages for you guys. Group 2. What does Group 2 need to know today? What's a message meant to find Group 2? Message meant to find Group 2. We have the Four-Legged. And we also have Water with Expression. Ooh, and we have Birth. Cracking open the egg. Yeah, cracking open your heart and cracking open yourself and really letting yourself be set free is how I'm feeling when I'm looking at this card. I think there's something in your heart that you're longing for, and maybe you've kept it hidden, or you've kept it in this shell, you've kept it closed off. And the message meant to find you today is all about the renewal and the rebirth of that aspect of yourself, or of that longing that you've had, because I just see like this beautiful bird as you. And again, I am being drawn to the element of fire here. So I think this has to do with your passions, and it has to do with your inspiration, and it has to do with your divinity as well, and how you feel comfortable and safe in the world to express your divinity and to express who you truly are. Definitely this card is giving me similar energy to the Wild One card. It's about being set free and allowing yourself to be free, and allowing yourself to be who you are and to fully express yourself. We also have the Water card with expression, and this is all about releasing the emotions that you're ready to release and letting them flow through you. You might have a lot of pent up emotions, frustrations, sadness, or just feeling stressed, and it's just really time to release all that. Let that burden go. Let it just flow out of you as it wants to. And we do have the Four-Legged card, and this is giving me strong energy that you are very protected by your spirit guides. If you work with animal spirits, they are definitely around you right now. And this card is a lot about fast moving forward motion. So again, I think with like the similar Knight of Wands energy, excuse me, I think you're being asked to take a step in this direction. You're asked to like initiate this journey with an action. So if there's something today that you feel you could do to allow yourself to express yourself fully, or to allow yourself to get that feeling of freedom, I think the message really meant to find you today is to try to take one action in that direction. Just take one small step. It could even be just something very simple, like just acknowledging how you've been feeling and just like allowing yourself to maybe feel some of these feelings and release them. Like it could just be a simple act like that. It could be a simple act of you just allowing yourself a little bit more of self-expression and freedom. Like we have this figure dancing. If you feel called to just allow yourself to express in any way that you feel called to, I think that would be a great first action to take in this direction. And it will really set you on this path of birth and renewal and setting something free, and allowing your heart to be cracked open, and allowing your heart to really start to express itself and be more open. Yeah, so let's get a few more oracle cards. Get any last messages or advice for group 2. Any last messages for my group 2? So we have the Dragon Spirit with Gaia's Gateway, access Earth's inner wisdom. We have the Honeybee, Divine Feminine. You are being called on to rise. And the Swan Spirit with Graceful Transformation. Soften your heart and find your flow. And these cards are just beautifully giving me confirmations about the messages that we've been having. This is just really wonderful. With the Dragon Spirit, I'm being really drawn to the energy of fire again. I think the message meant to find you today is all about you finding your inner passions and inner heart wishes and really expressing them out, allowing yourself to be fully in your power and allowing yourself to connect to the element of fire. We have a lot of imagery that is reminding me of fire as well as water in this reading. So there is this beautiful mix of the elements of fire and water and how they will work together to help you heal. The fire is representing self-expression. It's representing rebirth and a reigniting of something for you. And the water is talking about how that self-expression is going to allow you to deepen your healing and release emotions that have been weighing you down. And you're really being called to work on your emotional space in this beautiful space of creativity and expression. Really being called on to rise, like take that next step. Like you're definitely being asked to take an action towards this rebirth and this transformation. And I love this Swan card. This is just giving me so much beautiful messages around the mixing and the marriage of the fire element and the water element. So your self-expression and your creativity and setting an aspect of your heart free and of your individuality and your uniqueness, allowing yourself to be free and to ignite your passions and self-expression is really what is going to allow you to soften your heart and find your flow again and really find these calm waters again. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Group number 2. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below which one you chose. I always really enjoy reading those comments. Yeah, give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and you can hit that notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified when I upload. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey group 3, if you guys were drawn to the Howlite Stone as well as the Valerian card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message is meant to find you guys today. So we have the 8 of Water with Valerian. We have 2 of Earth with Witch Hazel. We also have the Madre of Water with Oats. Wow. Gorgeous energy. Right away, I'm being drawn to Valerian, and the message I'm hearing very clearly is it's definitely time for you guys to take a moment for yourself. It's time for you guys to focus on your own rest and your own relaxation, finding a calm, relaxing environment to just really rest and replenish your energy. Valerian is an herb that is very helpful for resting, relaxing, and being able to find good quality sleep. It's a beautiful tea for sleeping and having right before bed to just help you guys calm your nerves and help you release any anxiety. So if you've ever tried valerian tea, you might know what I'm kind of talking about. And if you haven't tried it before, perhaps if it sparks your interest, maybe you could try it. With the witch hazel card, I do see, I'm picking up a few different messages. Witch hazel is a beautiful ally who has a lot of different medicinal qualities and uses as well. Excuse me, sorry about that. Witch hazel, you know, different parts of the tree are very potent, different parts of the bark are potent medicine. And witch hazel just does a lot and has a lot of uses. So I feel like perhaps you've been doing a lot and you've been overextending yourself, or maybe just helping out a lot in your family life, or taking on a lot of commitments with friends or even work, maybe overextending yourself. I just feel like there's this energy of this pile doing a lot, and perhaps you've been doing so much and you haven't been taking any time out to kind of focus on self-care and rest and relaxation, because we also have the Madre of Water with oats, and the Mother of Water is a being who is very focused on self-care. She's very skilled at making any tensions be released for healing. So she can soothe wounds and she can soothe emotional issues, just like oats are very soothing and calming and very nutritious and nurturing as well. So there is this strong message about nurturing yourself, focusing on your self-care, really focusing on your rest and relaxation. And it's always so funny how the stone that I just intuitively choose often really lines up with the message that wants to come out as well, because howlite is a strong calming stone. It's very calming. It's very good for meditation and just for finding those really relaxing vibes and just easing anxiety and things like that. So yeah, there's a strong message here about really focusing on your self-care and nourishing yourself and being very compassionate with yourself and showing yourself unconditional love and nurturing at this time. I also pulled a few more oracle cards and tarot cards as well. And from the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck, you guys got two cards that came out. You guys got the Mother card as well as the Motherwort card. Wow. I'm just blown away by the synchronicity here. We have all of this mothering energy that's coming out. So again, the message that's meant to find you today is really about nurturing and about you guys really nurturing yourselves and focusing on your self-care, because again, this mothering energy wants to really support you at this time. This healing, nurturing energy is coming to support you guys, so you can really start to take care of yourself and find some ease and comfort, because there might have been a lot of tensions or just feeling burnt out and feeling like there's too many responsibilities, or just feeling a little bit stressed out and having anxiety and things like that, because life can get stressful. And it's always just important when we experience times like that to really focus on ourselves and focus on nurturing ourselves and having love for ourselves and compassion, just as a mother will unconditionally love her child. I think you guys are really meant to just unconditionally love yourself, focus on your needs and what you really need to feel nurtured, focus on just focus on allowing yourself to be nurtured and accepting that care from yourself, and accepting maybe care from other people as well to help you lighten your load and lighten your responsibilities, if that's something that you feel like you might be open to. We also have a few more tarot cards. You guys got the Nine of Swords, the Sun, the Hanged Panda, and the World. Okay. This is beautiful. Getting lots of similar messages coming out. With the Nine of Swords, we do have what looks like to me to be this representation of a child who's having anxiety and a nightmare. And I feel like this other panda is representing that like motherly energy, that caretaker energy of soothing that child who's having anxiety. So this is just giving me a strong confirmation that it's really time to tap into the nurturing aspects of yourself so you can really start to soothe your anxieties and soothe your inner child, even if that's something that you've been feeling like needs your attention and needs your calling. If the inner child has been calling to you guys, needing some unconditional love and support at this time, definitely give yourself the love and attention that you need and go deeper to connect to your inner child, and definitely work on that beautiful inner child healing. And I'm also picking up this other energy with the sun about how this is giving me that inner child energy. I think there's a message meant to find you guys today about reconnecting to your inner child and reconnecting to the energy of joy and happiness and carefree play, things that you might not have been having the time for, things that your inner child is really craving. You know, just making time for happiness and joy, bringing in some beautiful elements into your home. Like, I'm just really drawn to the sunflower representation and these beautiful yellow blossoms. And I just think there's that energy for bringing in some joy and beauty and play. So if flowers really delight you, you know, maybe bringing home some flowers. If bright colors connect you to your inner child, maybe engaging with adding more bright colors into your wardrobe or into your house. Just small acts like that can do a lot to connect us back to our inner child, and it can make the inner child feel very seen. And once your inner child is feeling seen, that is going to allow you to deepen your healing or deepen your relationship with your inner child. And that deepening of relationship is going to allow you to know exactly what your inner child is asking for. And you'll be able to hear clear messages. With the Hanged Panda, this is giving me the same energy as the Valerian card. I think there's this real need for a stopping overworking, stopping taking on too much responsibilities, and a real need to focus wholeheartedly on rest and relaxation. So try to get more rest and relaxation in if you possibly can. Make some time for meditation, make some time to go to bed earlier if that's something you can do. You know, put the electronics away, don't bring them to bed with you. Try to not look at screens before, at least an hour before bed if that's possible. Really turn off the tablets and the cell phones and the laptops. This is something I try to do, but you know, it's hard. It always is hard, but it really helps your body produce that melatonin so you can have that deeper, more easy, restful sleep. And it really helps the dream space open up as well. I've noticed in myself, at least. If I put, you know, all of the electronics that have blue light off, you know, like a few hours before bed, and maybe I just do a little reading and meditation before bed, or even like take a bath or a shower, I get so much better sleep and I have such more vivid, deep dreams too. So maybe you might have a similar experience if you give that a try. But that's just a message I'm kind of seeing. And with the World card, I'm really drawn to the flute that the panda is playing. He's playing this beautiful flute, and that is giving me the energy of relaxation. If you've ever listened to beautiful flute music from the indigenous people from all of the Americas, if you've ever listened to relaxing classical music, I'm just getting all of that like very calming, relaxing energy from that beautiful card with that flute, and just I'm hearing like whatever music you find very calming and soothing would be a great support for you guys at this time, because you're really being called to deepen your rest and relaxation, and you're really being called to deepen your relationship to your intuition and inner child as well. So yeah, if there is any music that you find really soothing and calming, definitely maybe try to listen to some before bed or just throughout your day to give you that energetic vibration of calming, soothing, rest and relaxation. So let's pull a few more oracle cards to get any more messages. What does group 2 need to know? What message is meant to find group 2? Ooh, we have the ancestors with wisdom. The four-legged with endurance. And the lower world with past. Okay. I love this. Very similar colors in these cards as well. Lots of oranges and blues. Calming energy, soothing colors. The first message I'm hearing is about the past card. I think perhaps something that maybe I wasn't picking up on was you're healing an issue from the past, like an inner child wound, or just feeling, yeah, I'm feeling the energy of like maybe there was a stressful event, or maybe this is just speaking about your past. You were very burnt out and overworked. I think there's something in the past that you guys are healing. It might relate to an ancestral healing as well, if that resonates with you. But with the ancestors and the four-legged card, I am just seeing like there's so much energy around you guys from the spirit world and from your spirit guides, maybe your spirit animals, and definitely your ancestors. There's lots of guardians around you, protecting you and allowing you to deepen your journey with rest and relaxation. Because I think you really need to reclaim parts of yourself and, find parts of yourself that maybe you've been too busy and you've perhaps overlooked them. There's just this real energy like you are being very protected and guided right now by the unseen world. And yeah, let's pull maybe a few last oracle cards to get last advice or messages. Group 2. Any last advice or messages for group 2? Last advice or message. Oh wow, we have the inner child card that came out. I love that. We have flamingo and we have owl. So inner child, this is a beautiful confirmation of everything we were speaking about with the inner child and the inner child healing and bringing in that playful, creative energy, bringing in that joy energy as well, and just allowing yourself to enjoy life. Don't take life or yourself too seriously. Be able to laugh at yourself, be able to laugh at life, and just laugh and enjoy everything in general. Really connect to that innocent curiosity and that wonder that you held in childhood. And I think your inner child is really asking you to connect deeper, to nourish your inner child and give your inner child the healing of past wounds, or give your inner child the nourishment that it's really craving for at this time. You also have flamingo. You're being called to work on collective healing. Okay, great. This card is confirming that maybe you're healing an ancestral wound, maybe you're healing generational trauma. You're really working to heal the collective. By you healing yourself, you will be really healing other people as well. across time and space and across borders, even across your own ancestral line. Even you're really working with the collective unconscious of humanity, and you healing yourself is going to ripple out through humanity across time and space and will allow others to feel healing as well. And that's really deep work, and you're really asked to honor that and support yourself, because the unseen world is really supporting you as well, and you're very guided to be doing this potent, deep work right now. And I really just honor you in your journey, because this is something that is very needed right now, and it's very potent, and it takes a lot of time and energy, and you're just really being asked to allow this journey to unfold in the time that it needs to, and to not rush things. With Owl, we have Sight. Detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. This card is speaking about your deepening of your intuition and a deepening of the things that the unseen wants to show you. So when you do allow yourself the time to rest and relax, you're going to be getting a lot of insights from the unseen world, whether that's through dreaming, through meditation, through feelings of knowing, through, it could be visions, it could be, hearing spirit. Whatever ways you connect to the unseen world, you are going to start getting insights and awakenings into things. And I think it has to do with the collective healing, how you are working to heal the collective, how you are working to heal your inner child and ancestors, things like that. You're going to be getting a lot of insights into things that you might not have ever really had the opportunity to know, except when you go deep within yourself to connect to your intuition and connect to that deep inner space inside yourself. The spirit world is really going to open up to you, and you're going to be getting a lot of insights and downloads from your guides, from your ancestors, from the unseen. So really allow this journey to unfold and allow it to take the time it needs to unfold. There's this beautiful awakening I'm seeing for you guys, and it's really going to start with you allowing yourself to rest and sleep and relax and to connect to that inner child. This was a really beautiful message. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I love doing these readings, and I always love reading the comments, so leave me a comment below if this resonated with you guys. Please like and subscribe if you did like this reading. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you liked this. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings.